Good afternoon, Abbotsford residents. I'm Mr. Pelican. I'm running for mayor of Abbotsford. And the first thing I'm going to do is bring the RCMP into Abbotsford. We're going to go in and we're going to have investigations. We're going to go in and we're going to forensic audit. We're going to go after job sites, insider trading, collaborating, racketeering. Before I begin my story today, I want to tell you what happened to me last night. Last night, I watched the Edmonton Oilers playing the hockey game at a place, an establishment, at a public facility. When I left that facility, the manager called the Abbotsford police and accused and told the Abbotsford police into 911 in my black Dodge truck and me that I was deadly drunk. Sent the spark into the Abbotsford police that I bet you the call went to Henry Brown, Ross Siemens, Vicky Hopes, everybody. Mr. Pelican's dead drunk. Abbotsford was dispatched through, the police was dispatched through Abbotsford like Al Chapo escaped. The great Al Chapo was out. Cop cars were flying everywhere to get Mr. Pelican. They had a chance to bring Mr. Pelican down, stop Mr. Pelican, save their company, and now scandal Mr. Pelican. Why does Mr. Pelican stand on the world stage and call everybody's wrongs out, but he goes and does this? Right in front of Ross Siemens' gas station at the hub, Abbotsford police tried to derail me. Oh, you saw the smile on their face, the gold shining. They were playing it out between each other. I get the bragging rights. I busted him. I get it. And I get it. And then come into the police. Look at, I'm the guy that got Mr. Pelican. Oh, look at that. Look at. And then, Henry, here's your $2 million bail bond, your bounty for getting Mr. Pelican. First time in my life I ever had a DUI test ever done. Ever stopped for drinking, driving, anytime. The first time. Abbotsford police got that on them. The first time they ever stopped them. I was accused in the election. That failed on them. Reckless driving, endangerment driving done. These two yahoos were out on a joyride not knowing what they were doing last night. As your mayor, I would be making a statement saying today, I'm glad that I put them on the end of my size 12 boot and sent them flying, and I think they're going to be landing somewhere in Jupiter or Mars, these two clowns that were there. One guy didn't shave. The other guy looked like they pulled him out of the garbage can, slob all over his face. I maintained a distance like this because they were worried that I might have had alcohol in it. It was for my safety because they were picking up them prostitutes at the Lino Club and stuff, and I'm worried that they might have STDs or something, so I had to back up and maintain my safety. And so they were going, oh, you could see it. They read the riot act and the thing, and then I blew. I never had blown before. I know Henry Brown had Mike Sear blow many times, but I never blew. And I blew and it was a 0. Oh my gosh. Oh, the little buzzes were blind. I right away to the lawyers, to everything on the phone, everything's documented thanks to the RCMP, knowing that they're after my truck, going to plant drugs in my truck. They're going to really do a number. They got to save the company. Look at the company. Think of the company. Think of how many people are going to lose their jobs, how many people are going to lose their pensions. Think of this company. It failed. It all failed. It all failed. No DUI done. No criminal charges done. Clowns didn't know what to do. Dumbfounded. Had to come, and you saw them. They looked worse than Eeyore with the flu. Head down, dragged out, dispatched the whole thing. So here's what takes place in law enforcement as your mayor. Last night abuse was to take away off of a 911 call when somebody could have been in serious trouble for joyrides again. Last night's manager who phoned it in, the staff sergeant, I would have respected, would have said, so Mr. Pelican was there? Did you serve him? Yes. Did you witness you served him? Yes. You had cameras, that building's loaded with cameras? Yes. Did you proceed to ask him for his keys? Did you phone for a cab? No, none of it was done. These people are tied to the upper establishment. They figured because I was in that place, they're going to get this. And I'm in construction, so it must be that I'm alcohol. Let me tell you that This chance of catching me with a DUI is, you got a better chance. You got a better chance of grabbing the BC Conservative Bruce Banman by the cojones than you do catching me with a DUI. It bombed bad. But what wasn't done and what couldn't be done by these useless, pathetic trash men. He had his nipples faced way out. Oh man, I thought I almost had to take him to the clinic. I thought he was giving birth again. What wasn't done is proceeding under an investigation of wrongful accusal, wrongful blame on a politician to scandal somebody, using the services of 911 wrong, falsifying, and then going back to the manager and saying to the manager, give me the cameras, give me everything. And Mr. Pelican never came against alcohol or nothing. And now do an investigation of who that manager knows in the city of Abbotsford, right? And that would have sent it off. That wasn't done. Because incompetent men were driving around with little flashers and little lights and a little badge and a gun. And you know who we are? Oh, you can't attack us again, residents. You can't attack us. We own just an absolutely shit show of law enforcement. Law enforcement, and it's got to be called out. These are the things that are wrecking people's lives for friends of friends of friends. It's an upper group of an establishment that was owning Abbotsford. I made it clear when I showed you Archway Community Services, Rob Santiago, Ron Funka Diverse changing the zoning, Abbotsford City Council in Henry's house, the stuff with Ross Siemens and everything. But let me make it more clear. The ability of a police force constantly smash my phone, smash my camera, accuse me, gonna boot me, gonna do this, gonna do that, proceeding all day long to get Mr. Pelican to save the company. They were bragging last night. You could see it in their face. You know, your chance of the mayorship and taking us down is gone. All day long is diminishing them to a level that there's no ever coming back from. Just disgust. They're worse than the sludge on the bottom of the ocean. And they think, oh, the gangs, we're doing a good job for the gangs. Give me another car. The ripping of Abbotsford's taxpayers' money of $71 million. The fraud of buying new vehicles. The fraud of taking city funds and buying $12.5 million. The $71 million frauded without Abbotsford taxpayers. The joyride of using cop cars for joyriding in the winter, the Dodge Chargers. Jumping on our police vehicles, damaging our police vehicles, dumping ice on each other like we're having fun, going down on the CP track, running up your time cards when it's the CP police. Canada Day, having all their officers at the back, on duty, making double and stat time, down at the ag fair, standing around and charging the ag fair, the non-profit. The list is just too huge that this is a law enforcement that your tax dollars go up to pay this crap. This crap stands out every morning. This crap covered up hit and run. Then this officers went to Henry's house, made a false accusations that there was break-ins at Henry. He had millions of dollars in the safe, going in on the trampoline and busting people up for the coronavirus. The illegal high criminal activity of alcohol and drugs on Mike DeYoung's place that wasn't rated. Punching somebody at the sports center, going and firing at the homeless with your rubber pellet gun, leaving your gun and chasing all. The list is just too high, and every day. Abbotsford police want you to feel sorry today for them. Look at them. Spraying yourself with perfume, getting a barber to fix your hair, fixing your uniform and going, Your Honor, please take mercy. I'm the staff sergeant, Your Honor, please take mercy. Entrapping people, threatening people, blocking. Then proceeding to cover Henry's attempted murder is over the top. It's not a police force. It's a buddy-buddy system, and it needs to end. It needs leadership. It needs that Abbotsford residents can walk in at any given time and know that the law is going to be there for no matter who's threatening you, no matter what position they are, mayor, governor, or senator. The law is going to take its natural course, and it wasn't doing this. Henry Brown pointed his brother here. He pointed Mark Workington here. He got the city councils in. He got everything. A group of an elite establishment for money. Greed. All greed. Then Mike Sir covered Henry's hit and run to let him finish his term so he could load the official community plan. The mayor sneaks in on Sunday with his wife in the car panting like a dog, right in front of the police department, to change Cooper's Farm, blames the lawyer and Peter Sparanese to give Polygon a decision over Abbotsford residents. You know damn well the only reason you did that is to fill your pockets. Changing the zoning of Rob Funk, the illegal and the endangerment of people getting deadly sick at the Mackenzie Bog. City officials that don't know anything to hold everything or bring anybody accountable. A buddy-buddy system. All friends of friends. I know somebody in your division. Let me call Gertie Purdy. Gertie Purdy will threaten. Let me call Olenoff. Olenoff will threaten. But the leaders and the people that are in charge failing to deal with these situations, call these situations out, or meet man to man is a waste of city's funds, and they're on a joyride and they got to be called out. This garbage trash leadership man that came in here, Watts, we got to defend him. Oh, he's one there. Mr. Pelican beat up on him. Let's have the whole team going. I am a political politician now. My goal is to save you money. My goal is to fix your taxes. My goal is to give you a voice, open your city, transparency to the city, go after the organized crime, make sure law enforcement has a duty, make sure you have the best for what your money is, make sure that everybody pays their equal share of taxes, make sure Archway ain't stealing money like they were with Rob San Diego, make sure that's brought before the courts, make sure economic drivers got a right in Abbotsford to lower your taxes. That is what I'm here for. And I believe, and I made it clear, that I could feel George Ferguson's presence all the time around me, driving me forward. I want to make it clear, ladies and gentlemen, this has to and must go. There is no way it can stay. No way. You talk about gangs, and gangs that circle this Fraser Valley is nothing compared to this shit that is running Abbotsford. This garbage. Investigators, elite investigators, not knowing Henry's son in front of them is collaborating. Elite investigators, not knowing their own officer telling you to drop a video in a lawsuit or he will bury you. Elite investigators covering an attempted murder in broad daylight and not investigating on nothing. Elite investigators scamming 71 million. Elite investigators knowing that you can't come out and smash a politician's phone and camera and threaten to put the boots to him. Elite investigators. Well, we're trying to save our jobs. We're trying to save the job. Look at the babies. Look, you can't come in here. Look at the little babies. Under my leadership and what I'm building for Abbotsford, the RCMP have to come in. The RCMP rotate their officers. You do not get to know them. They're only there to serve and protect and represent the law. No friendship for developers, no friendship for mayors, and no friendship for any. We got to put an end to the buddy-buddy system. Last night event on me should have never took place, period. They were dying for that opportunity to put the boots to me when that 911 call in. They failed to do anything. They failed to even ask the proper questions on the phone to the manager. That's how incompetent, but they were excited. We can get Mr. Pelican and we could save the company. Oh, think of what we could save. Oh, we won't be investigated. I want to make it clear to Chief Watts. These things that I put before the general public, a trained investigator would already see it clearly. That them things, right now, Vicky Hopes, they would have recognized Nicole Reed, her stuff. They would have recognized Henry's son in front of them. They would have recognized to go down and looked at Archway Community Services. They would have recognized Rob Funk. They would have recognized these are the things elite investigators look for, and they would have known that these threats are taking place for these multi-billion-dollar jobs. They would have recognized the Augustine man, billionaire, got shut down, so Henry could ward Rob Funk and Diverse to buy that prime thing, get all them sales, and take his customers. They would have recognized that. That is the best man that served Canada, protect Canada and everything. An elite ring of Abbotsford's upper establishment, geezers, old broken down geezers that couldn't let go. Every dollar means everything to them. Tied themselves to local officials to clean everything, but owned a private security company that could threaten, that could bully, that could manipulate, that could use their way in front of the court, sympathy, they used newspaper, and went out on a joyride like none other. We don't know when their officers are dying, that somebody's retaliating behind our backs because Henry asked them to do something. We don't never know the truth behind that. We don't know the grieving widows thinking their husband died in the line of duty, and it was a vicious attack. So I want to make it clear today. This event that they threw when Ross was working at his gas station, Ross went to his gas station to change the oil in his car, his truck. They threw a vent outside for the general public. No leaders there, no Watts there, no nothing, just depleted. No Henry Brown came down and cut the ribbon. No former police chief came here. Look at him. Mike Shearer says Abbotsford police were long overdue for the dirty crime building. Nobody. No Ed Fast. No Mike DeYoung. No Simon Gibson. And the baby of all, no Dave Lowens tweeting out everything. Ross Siemens was loaded for Henry Brown to keep running him from the back scenes. What took place in our elections to block was a very, 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 very dirty, filthy game by an elite mob. I want to thank Abbotsford's Bardi Sandhu that saved me from the sex allegations against Sandy Blue when she said she grabbed me on her whipper-whopper. I saw what happened to Councillor Mogill. I saw what happened to Eric Niall. I saw what happened to Bruce Bamman. I saw what took place on all my residents. I saw the Mackenzie Bog. I saw what Ron Funk did. I saw what Marcus Dalvis do giving Dave Sadu money. I saw what Dave Sadu did. I saw what Dave Lowens did. I was there, present, to bring it all to you on Abbotsford's social media, thanks to Darren Braun. I brought this all to you from Henry's own son to show you word by word and evidence by evidence. Abbotsford needs a police force, and it needs the RCMP. We need forensic audits. We need to know seniors can go in and say, I'm being pushed out of my house because Henry found a developer to buy it. I'm being pushed out because of this. We need this to take place. I was under the understanding yesterday when I did a video, hundreds of people went into the city to complain about Nicole Reid from the city of Chilliwack as a sitting council doing what she's doing. And Vicky hopes they complain there, and she's blocked it. This was in a group. This group is made possible by Henry Brown's own son to show you them all. But I'm adamant about one thing, going after the justice system, to hold the justice system accountable in Abbotsford for what Henry Brown did. Henry got in his car and tried to end my life. He paid, he bought, he worked, he manipulated, he scammed, he weaseled, he did everything to get them men that are supposed to serve and protect you and protect the vulnerable, the weak, and victims to cover it for them. These men were never here to represent about Abbotsford safety and about the gangs. They saw their paychecks, their useless jobs, and what they could scam out of Abbotsford. I'm live, ladies and gentlemen, here, Abbotsford, British Columbia. I suggest, one closing statement I'll make, Chief Watts. I suggest you find a bloody new job and maybe you go see Ron Funk and you become his bitch. Because I'm telling you, there is no way your officers are going to derail me, make false claims against me, bully me, threaten me, or do what they did. Last night's Scabasso should have had you front and center at the manager today on falsifying reports and charging him, and you failed to do that. You're a shit show of law enforcement. I expect you to fly into Vancouver and ask your friends in there, can you come and help us? We're in trouble. Then go to Langley, can you come and help us, Langley, RCMP? We're in trouble. Then go to Chilliwack, we're all supposed to work together.